Whenever you're ready.
Oh my God.
Jessica! I've never been called a fox!
Dana.
That's a classy name for a Harry.
I like it classic.
Okay.
Do you?
Welcome to the Rants and Raves podcast.
Sure.
Out with the bad and in with the good, motherfuckers.
That's right.
Jessica!
Dana.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Welcome to the Rants and Raves podcast. I am Dana Powell.
And I am Jessica Young. And we are here to rant and rave.
That's going to sound like a train wreck. Also, I was already laughing before we even started because I just want to let the listeners know this is where I come from. I was laughing so hard because I said, I think I'm funny and I make myself laugh. It was like a triple brag. Some kind of weird brag.
It's a really weird flex.
Yes. Times 3. But you know what? I am funny. I do make myself laugh. Because of something stupid.
Self-confidence is a virtue.
Is it?
Yes.
There's only a few things I'm confident about. Actually, there's one thing I'm confident about, and that is that I make myself laugh. Jessica, how was your week?
It was good. You know what? No real complaints. It was pretty darn good.
That is lovely.
Yeah. Oh, I will tell you one highlight. My God, you're probably going to say you've been there. I have not. I feel like I went to one of the true treasures of our city.
Oh.
Have you ever been to Yamashiro in Hollywood?
Yes, for breakfast?
Uh-huh.
Yes, because the griddle.
Yes, that's where I went.
Does a takeover for breakfast. It is stunning. Our sweet friend
It's
Thomas
crazy.
Took me there for my birthday, and I felt like he took me on some kind of vacation getaway. I was like, this almost feels wrong. It's so beautiful. And I'm with another man.
For real, though.
Yeah.
There's no better view of Los Angeles, period.
Yeah.
To your left, you see the observatory. You see the mountains in the distance covered with snow. You see downtown. You see the center of the city heading south. And then you can literally see the ocean to your right.
Absolutely. And then right beneath you, did you sit outside?
Yes.
Of course. Yeah. I don't know why I even asked that at this moment. Hashtag Omicron. But anyway, right below you is that big, is it a bell or a Buddha? I'm trying to remember. It's been, a while since I've been there. So there's a street. Did you see the street, like the little alley street right beneath the tables? Like it's a straight drop down.
Yes.
So they have a market there once a month, a food truck market.
I know.
And then to the left of that, there's a big Buddha, I believe, inside one of the little temple, open air temple things. It's just stunning, basically, is what I'm saying.
It's so beautiful. For any of you who've seen Kill Bill, they filmed a lot of it in the restaurant, which is a giant, gorgeous pagoda. Hello. We all know how much I love Asian architecture and decor.
Hollywood.
Yes.
I did not know that they filmed that there. And now I'm mad because it was pandemic, so I didn't go inside. I couldn't see inside. I haven't seen inside. I've only been outside.
Well, I went in to go to the bathroom, and you need to go back to see it because the inside dining room is around a freaking Japanese garden with a babbling brook and koi pond and these trees coming out. My friends were like, okay. And I was there for a friend's birthday and I didn't know the other people that were there for his birthday. They probably thought I was a lunatic, but I was like, I'm almost going to cry. I mean, it was that beautiful.
That's exactly how I felt too. Because I remember I kept saying, God, this is stunning, because we went early in the morning and because I'm a morning person now. And it was kind of still cloudy, especially on that side of the hill. When you're over the hill, the marine layer is still coming in, but I could see so far. It was just like
It's
patches of
nuts.
rolling in. You could see everything. There was just like this glow, like a blue
Mhm.
glow. It wasn't like gray. It was a
Right.
blue glow. And I just kept saying how stunning it was. And finally Thomas was like, okay.
He was
And
probably annoyed. He's like, if I knew
yeah,
you were
he's like,
gonna talk about
shut
it this
up.
much, I would have
Yeah,
just brought you to Waffle House.
right. Stop acting like you're so special. Jeez.
Uh,
No, it's
it was
and
built in
also go ahead.
it was built in 1914.
Wow, that is
Yes.
so uncommon for LA. We don't
I
have
know.
a ton of architectural history.
No. Now I wanna
Wow,
go back for dinner.
right?
I mean,
Well, and
it was
if
magical.
anybody knows if you've ever visited Los Angeles or you've lived here, the Griddle was an iconic breakfast
Mhm.
place on Sunset Boulevard. And I remember when I first moved here, someone took me there. I had only been there once previous to Yamashiro, or maybe twice. But anyway, I remember someone took me there when I first moved here, and I was like, "Why are all their pictures on the wall?" Because they had headshots of all their surfers.
Aw,
And that was the first time I had ever seen anything like that.
hilarious.
And I laughed so hard. I was like, "That's hysterical." It's like a real estate agent with an ad on a bus bench. Little did I know I was now living in a city where that was the norm, at least for a time. It's not now, but there was a time when people, or like Gold's Gym has all their trainers headshots up. It's just weird.
Hilarious. A little side note for our little Hollywood corner and people
Uh-huh.
that we know. You know Sushi Dan on Ventura?
Sure.
Okay, so they used to have like, you know how a lot of places have like any celebs that have come in, whether it's like a car wash, that's a big
Yes.
one out here,
Yeah.
or a
Or a
restaurant or whatever, right?
laundromat or yes.
They
Uh-huh.
have the celebs, right, from yesteryear and even today.
And
Well,
they have autographs.
yes.
Yes.
So Sushi Dan had a wall, like
Uh-huh.
in the center of the dining room of celebrities. Well, two people that we know added their picture to that. And I laughed so hard that I
Wait,
almost
that
wet
we
my
know?
pants. Aaron Krebs, and it was either, and I know there's a difference, or two different men, but they both have the same name. I don't remember if it was Sean Casey or Sean Monahan. These are friends
Yes.
of Dana and I who
That
own the West
is
Side Comedy Theater in Los Angeles. They're all amazing, talented actors and started Mission Improbable.
and Sean
But
Casey is now there's a new theater
the
in
Glendale
the
room,
Glendale room.
yes,
Yes.
those fools
I love those
stapled their
guys.
headshots that they signed up there. Like, I remember I spit my drink out because I just looked up and I'm
That's
like,
hilarious.
I
That
love
really,
it.
really makes me laugh. I love surprises like that. That reminds
Yes.
me, this is like times 1,000, but do you remember we have a mutual friend named Zabeth Russell?
Mm-hmm.
And do you remember when someone was traveling, I think in Germany, and realized that there was a picture of her?
The Euros ad.
The Euros ad is all over the world, but not in America because nobody ever paid her.
It was from a photo shoot for her improv team Trophy Wife, where they did a 12-month calendar, and Zabeth reenacted like a woman holding a euro, and it just says Euros underneath, like totally typical of something you would see in Greece, right?
Right.
And yes, it somebody used that image, it went viral, and it's not a stock image, but
No.
it was used like one in Europe, and
Yes.
saw her on billboards and the side of restaurants. It's effing
It
hilarious.
makes me laugh so hard because
Uh,
my immediate thought was, boy, I don't know. If I knew I was a little bit famous, I might jet out of here.
Move to Europe, become a
Yeah,
Euros model.
exactly. You know me. I'm the
I
Euros girl.
love it.
I would not be mad. I
Nope.
also like I'm at a point in my life too where I'm like, I also wouldn't be mad at a diarrhea medication commercial.
Bring
Uh
it on. You want me to
give me
peddle your hemorrhoid cream? That's
exactly. I'll say I got herpes. I'll look dead down the barrel of that camera. I just want to work.
ah. You guys, this is not a joke. The first time Dana and I ever met about the podcast and we talked about the idea of sponsorship and ads, I'm like, you know what? At this point in my life, I will pedal hemorrhoid cream if that's what it takes. I stand by my word. Okay.
Yes.
3 years later, we're
3
looking at
years
you,
later.
Preparation H.
3 years later, and we still don't have ads.
Not a sponsor, but you could be.
You could be.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is a perfect segue into my rant since we're talking about restaurants and
Yes.
shenanigans.
We know that's what gets under your skin, Jackie. Yeah.
Well, you guys, Dana and I live in sunny Southern California. Now, it may get cold here. It may dip below 60 degrees from time to time,
That's freezing to me. That's freezing.
but normally not enough to warrant heaters, indoor or out. Yeah, I said it.
Okay, we're gonna have to agree to disagree, but at this point, I agree to hear you out.
Okay. My rant is people who complain that it's about being too cold, either inside or outside of a restaurant. Well, I have
feel
some
like
advice for you.
Your
And it goes for you
impersonation,
too, Dana.
your impersonation, it seems to say to me that you're not a fan of those people. So please continue.
You know what I want to say to those people, Dana, and to you too?
Hmm.
Bring a sweater. Okay? I like sitting in the crisp air of fall or winter. Okay. In fact, I live for it. We don't get 4 seasons here. Give me my freaking cool breeze on an evening out with a cocktail in hand or some warm spinach artichoke dip that I just manifested from Houston's that I haven't been to in years.
Uh-huh.
But a friend sent me the mock recipe from a TikTok and now I can't stop thinking about it.
Oh my God. Okay. You know, all of that description I completely agree with. I can handle that. I like that. Yeah.
I think you're going to agree with this too.
Okay.
I don't need to have my face melted off like the guy at the end of the Raiders of the Lost Ark when they open the Ark of the Covenant and his face melts off, which is how I feel when I'm within 20 feet of a goddamn outdoor heater.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Toke. You were trying to refer to Toke.
Yes.
Isn't that his name, Toke? We will be posting this week the Time and Sunday Company for our photo shoot that I dressed as Toke.
What?
And you will be shocked. You will not recognize.
Okay, I'm already crying thinking about it. You want to know the last thing? Well, I've got 2 things to add to this.
Okay.
Usually it's because of this, and it's not my problem, that you chose to wear a sundress / bathing suit cover up in the dead of winter. Try those Uggs that you wear with your Daisy Dukes. How about those?
You're so angry. I got to tell you, you're not wrong. I will tell you that. I am constantly freezing, but you're right. There's no need when it's cold out and you have no baby seal fat to keep you warm. No. You got to bring a coat. You can't wear a spaghetti strap dress.
Or sit inside if you're so damn cold. Okay? I mean, I have been places where it's 70 degrees and that heater's on. I'm like, oh, no, you didn't. And I will cause a stink and I will embarrass you. And I will ask to be moved or I will ask them to wheel that bloody gas machine out of my general vicinity.
So you don't even want, like, if I was at a restaurant next to you at a table and they put it behind me and you were at the other table, would that make you mad?
If I could feel it, it makes me furious. I'm still going to judge you whether I can feel it or not. Let that be fully known.
Well, okay.
But if I can feel it, we're going to have a problem.
Because of my attitude, your judgment, we're definitely going to eyeball wrestle. Because at that point, I'm like, it's not near you. I already have on a jacket.
Do you want to know?
Our eyeballs are going to rumble with some death stares. But you're not wrong about your initial point.
Do you want to know who deserves a heater?
Who?
Our friend and listener, Jill from Montreal, because I was talking with her earlier this morning on Instagram, and she said it is in fact free. I said, I hope you're staying warm. Okay, she lives in Montreal, which is ice cold in winter. Quebec
Ooh.
is in general, but Montreal is right on the St. Lawrence River. It gets real cold,
Oh,
okay?
oh.
She said, it is in fact freezing today, minus 35 degrees Celsius
Shut up.
with the wind.
That's
I'm doing my best to stay bundled up, but I drive a delivery truck, so I'm in and out of clients all day and can't really wear a coat because then it's so too hard to carry stuff. So I just wear a million layers and hope for the best.
no.
Uh, she said, masks are way better at keeping your face warm than scarves. And I said, you are a badass. I know how cold winters are in Montreal, and I am in awe of you. I'm going to show you a picture of her.
Yes.
I love her so much. She put a strong arm emoji and said, I'm the only woman in my department, so I feel an obligation to our gender to be tough as nails. You look at this
Ah.
badass woman out delivering packages in negative 35, and she ain't asking for a heater.
I also just want to add, yes, definitely badass, but how cute was that picture?
So
So
cute.
cute.
I'm sorry, but our listeners are badass, all of you.
Yes,
And
yes.
we don't know what half of you do, and that's fine. We're not trying to be nosy, but we love getting to know you. And we have people that work in hospitals, we have teachers, we have people who work in delivery, we have people who work and run farms. You are
Mhm,
all badass, okay?
mhm.
And we
For sure.
truly are in awe of you. So the next time someone wants to complain that it's cold on their shoulders because pashminas are out of style, try working in subarctic temperatures.
I just feel like I watched an improv scene with you and Jamie Moyer. If you guys don't know who she is, look her up. She's one of the funniest ladies. We just adore her. And your fake voice sounded like Jamie was having a conversation with you.
That's hilarious.
Oh my god, that made me laugh.
Sorry, I think I did channel Jamie and a little of Randy Macho Man Savage. I even had to take my glasses off. They were fogging up.
Yeah, you got real into it. You feel very, very strongly about it. I don't blame you because as intensely as you feel about it, I channel that intensity into the number of thermal underwear I've bought this year. I bought 3 pairs of full onesie thermal underwear jammies, and I love
What
them.
are they made of?
Cotton?
Well, I'm asking because there's cotton ones. I think there's fleece or flannel ones, but also there's silk ones. And I remember being
I
like,
have a pair,
oh, how
and they
fancy.
work.
Apparently, those are the best for
They
keeping you insulated.
absolutely. I got them yeah, Hollywood. I got them when I worked on a movie. And the ladies
Ooh.
just were like, "Yeah, take them. It's fine," because 'cause they're basically underwear, but they're silky pants. They're not see-through. You could
Uh-huh.
wear them as regular pants if you wanted, like leggings if you wanted. You can't see your underwear through them, but they are silky soft like old school
Yeah.
slips. Do you remember
Ooh,
when we
yeah,
used
yeah,
to wear
yeah.
full slips with the lacy booby tops?
What do you mean
Like the
used to?
I know. Well, here's what happened. I have a stock of them because I think they're sexy, and then I have fantasies that I'm like, "I'm gonna put on some Ella and wear my slip and then spray myself with perfume and wear some beads and some feathers and, seduce Dan Tipton in my silky thrifted slip." Like, that's the fantasy I always had in my head, and I guess
Ooh.
it's still a fantasy in my head because it ain't ever happened, but But I went through a phase when I lost a bunch of weight, I was able to find those, and you can't
Uh-huh.
find them like I'm gonna sound like a grandma. I'm so sorry. They don't make them like this anymore.
Excuse me, they absolutely don't. You
That
are correct.
material that they make them out of now is scratchy.
It's god awful. And that
Yes.
goes for every piece of lingerie from Fredericks of Hollywood that my friend received for her bridal shower 20 years ago that's still sitting in a suitcase under her bed with the tag still on it.
Oh.
And Dana, I feel you so hard. I had to wear lingerie for something that I shot years ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, I just want y'all to picture this. Um, I was the only person of size.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
I know that feeling.
okay.
Every
Um,
time I work, every time I work.
Uh, this was for a pilot that never for a show that never was made called Stripper Moms with some of the people from Reno 911. Okay.
Okay.
And I was brought on to be the stripper who takes over for one of the strippers who gets pregnant and has passed her time of being able to be on the pole.
Okay.
Why am I telling you this? I
Yeah,
want you to
why? Yeah, I
hear
wanna know why.
me standing next to our friend Rebecca Stevens, who
Oh,
is a knockout, has an
yes,
incredible body, is a
yes,
beautiful woman, and she
yes.
works at it. She used to work at Barry's Boot Camp. Okay. I mean, she
Mhm.
could put on a pair of dental floss and people would swoon. I was like, can I wear tights under these top pants that I got and this little thing and a little cover up? And you guys, they provide your outfit and they made that clear. They're like, no, please send your sizes. You don't need to bring anything except yourself. I'm like, oh, I will be bringing the lingerie.
Oh, yeah, I always do.
I
Mhm.
spent my own money and happily so.
Yeah.
Thank you, Torrid, the hot
Mhm.
topics for plus size women.
Right?
I
Yes.
may or may not have almost bought Bella's birthday dress once until I saw the Twilight tag hanging off of it and realized I'm 46, not 16.
Well, I'm just gonna blow your mind right now. My Baby Yoda panties, my Harry Potter panties, my wait, what's the last one? My Aladdin panties, and my dress that
Amazing.
is the skeleton of a mermaid. Torrid, baby!
Okay.
So, bam!
Well, I kept it, even the stuff that I didn't end up wearing, because I bought stuff that all at least covered me where I wouldn't have my sides or my boobs or anything else
Yeah,
hanging out of. And I
sure.
was like, I've never really bought it. Maybe I'll just keep this and wear it to be sexy.
Yeah,
Never happened.
but
Has never happened.
it's nice to
Mm,
know you have it.
Excuse me. I correct myself. Hold on one darn minute.
Are you pulling up
I,
pictures? Because that's not necessary. What are you
no,
looking for?
no, I repurposed the electric blue and black what do you call it? I almost said bodice.
Yeah.
Bustier
Yeah.
when I
Oh,
went as Honey Boo Boo for Halloween one year.
amazing. So this week we are
Mhm.
going to post for the listeners, so follow us on social media. Me dressed as Toke, which is the melting German man
Yes.
from Indiana Jones. Raiders
And
of the
Jessica
Lost
dressed as Honey Boo
Honey Boo
Boo
Boo.
in a bustier for a
Mhm,
grown ass adult.
mhm.
And you know what? Before we go to Dana's rant, I'm going to give a small interjection. This is also Kismet and perfect timing. You need to follow us on social media because when this drops, when you guys are listening to it, you will officially have one more day, the day that this episode comes out, to enter our first
Our first
giveaway.
giveaway. Ow!
And y'all, I think some of y'all didn't read it proper, but we've got to be fair. I listed instructions. You need to like the post, which many of you did, but you need to also tag a friend and tell us which Golden Girl you most relate to. Now, some of you have done that and some of you have not. So we want to give you one last chance. How can you do that? You can find us at the Rants and Raves podcast. It is on both Instagram and Facebook. You can find us at raves_the. You can write us an email at the rants and raves podcast at gmail.com or go to our contact button on the website, www.therantsandravespodcast.com. Dana, back to you. Rant number 2.
So professional, and you tipped your hat to me. They can't see that.
I can't.
Wow. Thank you,
You're
kind
welcome.
lady. Amazing. Okay, well, we wrapped up what we needed to with that. I don't
Mhm.
disagree with you.
Thank
We
you.
might eyeball wrestle if you're mad that I have a heater behind me and you're a table away,
Mhm,
but I
mhm,
do understand the feelings of because temperature is very important to people. I
mhm.
get that.
Well, bring a travel blanket.
I will. I bring a blanket to the movies. I bring a blanket to the movies, and oh, it's embarrassing. Well, if you don't want me to be cold and complain, just I
Actually,
wanted.
I think that's a good idea, but it would probably put me to sleep.
Would
I'd
it?
be too comfortable. Yes, I can
Oh, I
sleep
always
anywhere.
I love a movie blanket. Remember when we used to get to see movies? Remember?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Moving on. My rant this week is when the two parts of the sliding lock, the sliding locks on a public bathroom stall,
Yes.
when they don't line up, how
Hello,
aggravating.
Target.
You messed up the most important thing about privacy in a public bathroom and didn't bother to fix it because they don't. There are times you can walk into a public bathroom and you can close the door, and if you wanted, you could spin the lock.
100%.
The whole piece of the utility equipment, you could spin it like a spinner for
It's
Twister to
hanging by
see what
1/4
color
inch
you land
screw.
on. Yes. Not only does that not lock your door, also it's just a peephole. How can a peeper resist it? It's
Yes.
just right there. Okay. How am I going to hover over a toilet seat and simultaneously keep the door shut? Well, I'll tell you what, I don't. I can't. Every time I try to do that, I get walked in on. And then what happens is
You pee on yourself.
I either get pee everywhere, I fling myself against the door too hard out of, it's a fight or flight instinct.
Yes. You're like, oh God.
And then I end up on my knees on the floor.
Oh no.
Or I catch myself and launch myself back hard enough to hit the flusher with the middle of my spine.
Oh my God.
And you know why I know these steps? Because it's happened more than once.
Oh, I just felt you hitting your back. Oh God.
Hurts. And it's like a ball of metal with several nuts and screws and stuff that really just like get on every side of your bones.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. But I was saying, it's funny. My dad and I were talking about toilets yesterday, toilet doors and privacy. And I have no idea why. So feel free to judge. But I was saying in high school, I remember that there was 2 years of my high school career. There were 2 years. I said was. Did you hear that? Okay. Well, I corrected it because I heard it. But see how my brain slips into homeland?
Yes.
And I said, there was probably 2 years because that's how I really talk, y'all. I just mask it most of the time. There were 2 years in high school that none of our bathrooms in this one building that I was in most of the day had no doors. So you just all went in and pee-peed in front of you guys. And us girls started complaining about it. And the guys said, you guys had doors?
Wait a minute. No doors whatsoever.
No. And they never even told us why. We were like, it's not like, I guess there's drugs here. I mean, I went to a rougher, but not like some like, what's his name wasn't there. Michelle Pfeiffer wasn't there. It wasn't that kind of school.
Dangerous Minds.
Yes.
What about him?
Wasn't he in a movie about kids? How do I reach these kids? He was a math teacher.
What? I don't remember.
I swear there was a movie with Edward James almost where he was trying to help high school kids learn math. Maybe there was a South Park episode.
Oh my God.
Anyway, the point is everybody deserves to have doors on their toilets.
Yes. Yes, they do.
And in tandem with that, there should be working locks. Okay?
Thank you.
I'm trying to think about it's equally as aggravating for a man or a woman. And in fact, I think, we have to go into a stall no matter what. We don't have the urinal option.
Right.
So we're going in there no matter what. But I think they usually only go in there if they have to go poops. Right?
Yeah.
And who wants somebody accidentally walking in on your poops?
Nobody.
There was one time a girl walked in on me like that, and I had tried to do my lunge and launch thing.
Oh,
she was too fast, and it hit me like vertical. The door hit me vertical on my face, right between my nose and and then it shocked me, and my plan went out the window, and she and I just stared at each other for way too long.
Oh my God.
I know this is a stupid rant. I mean, kind of, but really, if you break it down like I just did, it's very important.
Also, I find it a lot these days, and I don't get it. I'm like, okay, so an employee here didn't cause a stink, because if I worked somewhere and noticed that, I would demand that be fixed. And that's not like, oh, we'll get to it down the road. It's like, no, you get someone to put that lock back on or to place it properly to begin with.
Yeah, well, don't the employees usually have a separate bathroom?
Not in most places.
They don't?
No.
Oh, I haven't worked in retail
There's
for
so
a
many times where I
long
have
time.
seen servers when I see them with their apron, I'm like, go ahead. Like they're waiting in
Why are
between
they
tables to
walking in there with
pee.
their
And like,
apron on?
you know what I mean? The little, not the cook's apron, like the little thing that holds your, well, back in the day, at least where you had like your little receipt pad and your
Oh, right,
pens.
right, 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 right. Yeah, your credit card holder or whatever
Yes,
and
yes,
your
yes,
notepad. Okay,
yes.
yeah.
Whew, lock
I
those
think
doors.
your breath tells me I think we're ready for a cleansing breath. It was kinda nice to have a couple of quasi lighthearted
Yes.
rants this week.
100%. Please send us your heavy and hard rants for next week. We just told
Wait,
you how. You know where to
yeah.
find us.
Send it heavy and hard, she said.
Exactly.
I'm
Ah,
so juvenile.
yep.
Okay. We like to take a cleansing breath. What we do is we rant out the things we want to in the top, sometimes from our listeners, sometimes from Jessica and myself, but most of all, they're silly sometimes. Like this
Mm-hmm.
week, they were silly. Sometimes they're heavier. It doesn't matter, especially during this pandemic. We've all wanted a sense of normalcy. And sometimes
Mm-hmm.
ranting about the things we know are not the most important
Mm-hmm.
just gives us a sense of normalcy
Yep.
and community because we can agree with one another most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we've done that, let's take a deep breath, blow out all of that frustration, anxiety, whatever you got you're holding on to personally yourself right now. And then we'll fill up with laughter and fun stuff and
Love it.
raves for the rest of the show. Let's take a deep breath in and ah. Ooh, that felt nice.
Lovely.
I did have a pretty stressful weekend. I think I needed that breath. We didn't talk
Mm-hmm.
about it at the top of the show, and I won't say much, because everyone seems okay at the moment, but, my immediate family was tested positive for COVID. They let everyone know. We know
Mm-hmm.
how it happened, and it was very, very scary for my,
Yes.
older father who just had surgery 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So so I had a pretty intense weekend. That breath, I didn't do that all weekend, Jessica, and I can
I'm
tell.
sure. Yep.
I can tell. Like, that breath actually hit me to the point that I'm talking about it at the moment.
Right? Sometimes we
But
don't realize it
how
until someone
powerful. Mhm.
tells you or you realize like, okay, I just gotta take a breath. And then you're like,
I
whoa.
just realized when we did that, oh my god, I haven't taken a
Mm-hmm.
breath, just relief of some sort all
Yep.
weekend. Interesting. Self-revelation. Sorry
Mm-hmm.
you were here for it.
No.
All
I'm
right, let's
very
take
happy that your
corner.
family is recovering
Thank you very much.
and
It
on the
was
upswing, thank
yes,
God.
me too. Thank you, science, because there was a massive turnaround, and I know it's just because of my father being vaccinated, boosted.
Mm-hmm.
He's very careful, so,
Absolutely.
I am very grateful for that. Yeah, felt nice to take that breath. I've clearly been tensed up since then.
Yep.
Anyway. All right, you're up for corners first.
All right, y'all. This is Excuse Me Corner.
You say that to me a lot because I'm ridiculous.
Well, I was laughing because I'm like, you know what? This also could fit under Kids Are Amazing Corner,
Oh,
which this kid is amazing, but we usually tend to leave that for things that are extraordinary in a positive way. This is
uh-oh.
extraordinary and maybe a not so welcomed way.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Uh-huh. New Jersey
Okay.
toddler orders nearly $2,000 worth of furniture on Walmart website.
Oh, no.
Mhm. This is brought to us by NBC Los Angeles. This is from
No.
Jen Maxfield. This happened 2 days ago. The screen-savvy New Jersey toddler somehow managed to order close to $2,000 worth of furniture online from Walmart. Meet 22-month-old Ayansh Kumar. He may still be in diapers, but he's already spending big online.
Oh
It's really
gosh.
hard to believe that he has done this, but that's what happened, said his dad. The screen savvy New Jersey toddler somehow managed to order close to $2,000 worth of furniture online from Walmart. His mother had created a cart on her phone, but never checked it out. When the furniture started being delivered this week, she asked her husband and two older children, "Who ordered this?" "I need one or two. Why would we need four?" she said. Some of the packages barely fit through the front door. Turns out, little Ayanch was the one who bought accent chairs, flower stands, and other household items that his mother had just been looking at for their new home. The
Oh, so he
packages
had
kept
just
coming
bought what
all
she
week.
was looking at.
Well, probably had like you might also be interested in, or it's like
Yes.
recently viewed, and he just
Yes.
added that to the cart and clicked checkout.
Yes.
Maybe her payment was already linked.
I'm sure.
I mean, it's out of control. It says he was able to close the calendar app, send an email to the reporter's mother, and then search through the contacts. What? Moving forward, we will put tough passcodes or face recognition so when he picks up the phone, he finds it in locked condition.
Yeah, you
Pramod
have
and Madhu, the parents, are planning to wait until all of the boxes arrive and then drive them all back to their local Walmart to return them.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
You
what?
have to. I don't care how old you think your kid is and you think, "Well, they're not gonna know." You have to, and I'm saying that remember I told you this is the woman whose child, when he was 2 or 3, bought all the seasons of Tom and Jerry,
Oh my
the
god.
cartoon.
Oh dear
I
god.
now own every season of Tom and Jerry ever made.
Wait, Henry did that?
Yes.
Oh my god.
We laughed because Dan was like, "Well, at least he has good taste." And he did. He
Unreal.
watched them nonstop, but
Right.
I probably wouldn't have spent $73.99 on Tom and Jerry,
Oh my god.
and it was a download, it's a movie.
It
Well,
is crazy.
we own it, and he bought it. But
And
when
I
he
guess
was
I'm not
6 months
shocked.
old when he was 6 months old, he picked up my phone, and I saw him scrolling. By the time he was 2,
Yes.
he had built his own queue in Netflix. And
I don't
we
get it.
don't
They know what they're
we're not on
doing.
TV 24/7 either.
Right.
Like, they were born into it.
It's wild.
Yeah,
When I see a very young child with a phone and they're just like and they know how to go
I
back to
know
things, I'm like, "I'm
exactly how to
sorry,
do
you're
it.
3. What?"
Yeah, I know, but somebody was telling me a friend of mine was telling me they had read something that it's actually, like, messing up kids maybe because have you ever seen a kid I've seen this, Henry did this, try to maybe you told me that.
Trying to
But the
open up the uh-huh.
Uh-huh, trying to open up something in real life. Yeah.
Yep.
Like a pinch zoom. I know I keep
Yes,
doing
yes,
it as if our listeners can see me do it. Like the pinch zoom, you know?
Oh
Wow.
my god.
I mean,
Lock your phones, y'all.
it's so funny, but it's also a lot of work and frustrating, and they'll probably have to pay a restock fee on those larger items.
Right? Whew.
Woo-wee. Alright, are you ready for me?
Yep.
Yeah, ready for this. I have a little corner that I always love and equally love the introduction. Would you like to introduce this corner this week?
Is it a weirdo of the week?
It
You're
is.
weird. You're so very weird. Why must you bring your weirdness here?
Very emotional. Welcome to Weirdo of the Week corner for us here on the Rants and Raves podcast. This article comes from my fave, Oddity Central. This guess who this was written by?
Spooky.
Yeah, girl. Meet Haas, the world's Just don't give it away. Should I give it away? Should I? I do have to warn them. No?
No.
Don't warn? Okay. An Ohio based hairstylist has spent the last 9 years of his life creating the world's largest hairball
Goodbye.
out of the cut hair of his clients. No. Mm-mm.
Been nice knowing you.
Steve Warden owns and operates a salon named Blockers in Cambridge, Ohio. Duly noted, will not be going there. In 2013, after his youngest child went off to college, he embarked on a quest to break the Guinness World Record for the largest ball of human hair. And last month, he did just that. Haas.
Why?
I don't know. Empty nest syndrome, but dear God, if that happens to me, you got to come get me. Take me somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Haas the hairball weighs a whopping 102.12 kilograms, which is it kilograms?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so American, which is 225.13 pounds.
I've already thrown up in my own mouth multiple times.
It makes it over 25 kilograms heavier than the previous title holder. And because lumps of human hair are constantly being added to it, Haas is expected to keep growing for many years to come, making it really hard to dethrone. Warden's 4 children had been begging him for years to make a ball of human hair large enough to be featured in a Ripley's Believe It or Not book. And in 2013, the hairstylist decided to finally do it. He started collecting the cut hair of clients at his salon and even installed a chute in the floor connected to a trash can in the salon's basement.
Nope.
When he swept the cut hair on the floor,
it went. Sweeney Todd?
I went straight into his growing collection. Quote, when it came time to actually take all the hair out that I saved and actually form it into a ball, I went to the hardware store and bought several different types of glue. Steve Warden told Guinness, I literally just put gloves on, grabbed a bunch of hair, and kind of formed it into a ball. The first ball was about the size of a baseball. Ew, there's a picture. Oh my God.
There's nothing okay about it. And I would like to have the contact information for no, I hate it so much. Get it out of my face.
It's so
I want to contact all 4 of his children with a cease and desist letter and possibly file a lawsuit.
For what?
For being disgusting. I can't handle hair, including my own, once it is detached from the human body. And even in those cases, sometimes I still don't like it.
I don't like it. As time passed, Haas the hairball grew larger, and one day in 2018, Warden finally contacted Ripley's about having the bizarre human hair collection displayed in their magazine, and they agreed. But this was only the beginning for Haas. In 2018, the giant ball of human hair was put on display at Ripley's stand in Orlando Comic-Con. Visitors were encouraged to add their own hair
to
the growing mass and have it become a part of the display forever. The people, you know what? That's also stupid because somebody could just walk up there, grab a pinch of hair, and frame you for a murder.
That's right.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
It became a theme everywhere the hairball toured that people were putting their own hair in there. And the amount of donated. Oh my God, there's a video. No, I can't. I am going to watch it later where I can gag openly. I did it because of the love for my children. That's a weird way to show it. And my future grandchildren. And just to show that, if you have a crazy idea, don't worry about what people are thinking. Just do it. Now listen. It did clearly give him and some other weirdos good time. And, it's harmless. So I wouldn't say I would stop.
Harmless?
Isn't it?
How dare you?
Is it dangerous though, Jessica? It's a hairball.
I can't stop blinking my eyes. This goes beyond the scope of what I'm capable of talking about. There's nothing okay about it. And I hate Ripley's for having this be a category. You can put that right up there with people who grow the longest finger and toenails in the world.
I don't like it either, but you can't blame Ripley's. They just promised to show us all of it. Look, the Ripley's dinosaur in Hollywood has little heart headband on right now for Valentine's Day.
Okay, I can blame them for having a phony shrunken head on display. Okay. because I don't believe that.
Jessica, you know that there's something worse than this hairball.
The world's largest booger?
I have a friend, I'll leave names out, name redacted. In college, everyone in like their department or whatever, their group of friends or their department, I can't remember, made a pillow out of their pubes.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you to a place of normalcy. We will now cue a Zen meditation to help clear your minds from this filth. What?
What is exactly right? What? Well, remember those Jackass movies where they glued somebody's pubes on somebody's face?
Yes.
What is wrong with people? I told you it
don't
could be
know.
worse. Head hair. Well, but head hair, do you know how much lice is living in that hairball? Or do they eat the scalp? I don't know. It's also gross.
I've left
I
my
know we
body.
have some listeners that listen to us in their cars on their lunch hour, and I just want to apologize.
I hope
to
you are not
directly.
choking on your chicken pesto wrap as you listen to this drivel.
Our deepest apology.
Oh my God.
Let's move on.
I'm dying. Okay. Unbelievable. Okay. This is a rave that I came across that is based in San Diego, and it was started by a former NFL player, John Brockington. And this is the John Brockington Foundation.org. The mission of the John Brockington Foundation is to create a culture in which organ donation is commonplace, to provide financial and resource support for those donating, awaiting, and or receiving organs, and to promote health education to minority communities who are disproportionately represented on the transplant waiting list. Throughout my life, I've been blessed by opportunities to be able to reach my goals, whether a national championship with my beloved Buckeyes or Rookie of the Year with the Green Bay Packers. I have been rewarded with great success. Certainly, my kidney transplant on October 28th, 2001 can be added to the list. For me, for other kidney recipients, it made the difference between a difficult life on dialysis and the normal life I now live. Since I left the Packers, no effort has been as satisfying and important to me as the work of my foundation. The ESPN piece above tells you how we became involved in the cause. Since 2002, we have been providing help and hope to those impacted by kidney disease. Our free screenings and classes educate, our food vouchers sustain patients on dialysis, and our donor registration drives seek to reduce the wait for all organs. Join us in battling death on the transplant list, the health crisis our nation could virtually solve with a signature. Now, there's a lot to take in with this site, but I suggest to people to take a look at this website, and you can read all different things about it and about organ donation in general. I know there used to be like a weird stigma. Even I was taught this by some people as a kid, like, oh, don't donate your organs and they don't try so hard to save you and all that.
Right.
It's such baloney business.
Yeah.
And again, I'm sure we've all seen this at some point in our life when you see like the family of a recipient meeting the family of somebody who passed away, but whose organs, whether it was their eyes, their cornea, their kidney, a heart, anything, go on to somebody else.
Yeah.
And it is the most beautiful
Yes.
thing, an incredible thing. Now, I'm not trying to make anyone cry or get too emo here, but it was also really hit home to me because of Dana, what your mother went through with her battle. My father-in-law also passed from severe kidney disease and complications of that and was on dialysis for years. I know someone very close that is now on dialysis, and one of my friend's brothers just had to have a heart and a kidney transplant because he
Oh
got
my
so
god.
sick and was on so many medicines that it made his kidneys fail.
Oh my gosh.
So this is real.
Yeah.
This is life saving.
Yeah.
One of my coworkers received a kidney transplant from someone. She only has one kidney, but she got it from a living donor. That's also very possible.
Yes. Yeah, it is. If you don't mind, I would like to say that this is very close to my heart.
Mhm,
It was hard convincing my mom to try and sign up for the donor list. And then unfortunately, we had someone in our life that offered and um, then abused my sister. Whatever. That's all
mhm,
family.
mhm,
Everybody knows that my sister was unfortunately attacked.
mhm.
Long time ago. This is all old news. But anyway, you know, he said he would donate his kidney. Now, if you don't think for a holy second that all three of us girls checked to see if we could be donors,
Right.
and we could not.
Mhm.
We did not match her blood type.
Right.
It was not even an option for us.
Mhm.
And I would have done everything in my power.
Yep.
There are a lot of people in that position. I've marked on my
Mhm.
license since I got my driver's license that I
Yep.
would be an organ donor. Um, my mom, we did eventually try to get her through the process of it.
Mhm.
And then by that point, she was getting too ill and was rejected because there's not enough, right?
Right.
And getting them to the process of applying to be on the list is so hard, all of
Yep.
it. Like, this is amazing. And then I want to say, it's I've lost a lot of people the last couple of years.
Mhm.
Um, my sweet dear friend Jack Heitner, who passed from
Mhm.
cancer this August. Somebody has his beautiful eyes,
Aw.
and I'm so happy for them. They're very lucky.
Yep.
It's wonderful.
It's an unbelievable gift and an incredible way to honor someone.
Absolutely. 100%. I really love that.
Mhm.
Thank you for sharing that.
Of
I
course.
can't believe, like, this athlete, you think, oh, well, this is just attacking people who have kidney disease and maybe they didn't take care of themselves. Well,
Uh-huh.
that's not always the case.
No,
Sometimes
there's
people are also in car accidents and need heart or lung, they have injuries.
100%.
Like, there's a lot of different reasons.
People can catch pneumonia, as
Mhm.
our friend did, and it eats
Yes.
away at your heart
Your heart
valve. Like,
valve.
there's so many things. So, again, there's so many sites and things to do, but if you are interested just in kind of learning a little bit about this,
Mhm.
somebody who may be in need, please check out the johnbrockingtonfoundation.org. And like I said, they have all different sections on organ donation and things like that, but they also have an incredible list of resources.
That's
And a
lovely.
lot of them are dealing with kidneys in particular. But please check it out. And again, it may help you have something a little less daunting. All of this stuff can be so overwhelming when
So
people are looking
overwhelming.
for help and where to start. And places like this, these kind of websites can help guide you to that.
Absolutely. I want to reinforce that because I think it's something that we get frustrated when we ask medical personnel or the people in charge of our health or whatever,
Hmm.
and they give us the runaround. They don't know the answer, so they make one up, or they don't have time because they're
Yep.
overwhelmed, all of these things. And that is deadly too because people get
Yes.
frustrated, which is understandable. They don't feel well already
Totally.
and they don't know where to go, so they do nothing.
Exactly.
So, this is the kind of thing too, if your family is never touched by a need like this, count your blessings.
Hmm.
But I guarantee you're gonna know someone that you might need to give that website to
Yep.
at some point in your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Jessica.
For sure.
Got a little weepy there. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
Okay. My turn. My rave this week is Reach Out and Read. You can find them at reachoutandread.org. Reach Out and Read is a national nonprofit that champions the positive effects of reading daily and engaging in other language rich activities with young children. Reading together promotes healthy brain development, furthers language acquisition, and helps families build meaningful bonds. Our network of pediatric teams provides families at routine checkups with the knowledge and the tools they need to make reading a part of their daily routine. By integrating reading aloud into pediatric care, we reached 4.2 million children across the country, a quarter of whom come from low-income families. Together, we can make a reading a part of every child's life and help provide all young people with a foundation for success through their lives. I love this because, we always had, remember when we were young, we had the what was it? It was purple and there were stars, bookathon, and when you read so many books, you got a pizza party.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I know what you're talking about. No, but seriously, my teacher made gumball machines, and every time we finished a book,
You
she
got a
put a
gumball?
gumball in the little
Aw,
made
how
them out of construction
cute.
paper, but it was so cute.
Oh, I loved that stuff because I loved reading. I mean, I think we
Same.
can all tell that I'm, let's just go.
Voracious reader.
Yes. And I take little factoids that I remember not everything about, and I misinform everyone probably. But anyway, I have always, since I was itty bitsy, since I learned,
Same.
I learned to read early,
Mhm.
because I was an only child for 5 years. And so I was reading when I was younger because my parents were in their very early 20s. They weren't like the parents of today who some people are like, I've been waiting for you for 8 years and I want to spend every second with you. And also, my mommy group makes me feel guilty if I'm not in your face every second of the day. It wasn't like that when we were young. Like,
Uh-uh.
my parent, this is not a slam on my parents because I read a ton and I'm a great reader now, so I'm not mad about it. But like,
Yep.
my parents didn't read me night stories. Did yours?
You know what? I have to say, honestly, I don't remember it specifically. I
I
remember a lot
remember,
of things and like rituals and things that we did,
yeah,
but
which means
not
maybe you didn't
reading.
do it.
I
Yeah.
learned how to read from watching Electric Company.
Oh, I learned that a lot too. Sesame Street Electric Company.
Uh-huh.
And then my mom did buy me from my preschool.
Mm.
It was one of the earliest, like there was a pin that when you would touch the right answer, it would
Ooh.
glow. And it was
Ooh.
and it was a phonics. It was a phonetics,
Oh,
but
that's
it felt
cool.
like a game. It was in this box that was
Sure.
shaped like a castle, and the little guy had an airplane that would go across the
How
page,
cool.
cartoon, and I loved it, and it really did, I think, teach me to read very early. I really
I
enjoyed.
mean, I think it's also been something that's come about in the last 20 years. Also, like in California, there's a campaign that I see
Yes,
billboards all the time and hear the commercial
yes,
talk, read, sing. And
yes,
it's for development, brain development, all before the age of 5. How critical it
absolutely.
is.
Yeah, I know that Henry's vocabulary has been extended because of reading, or expanded, I mean,
100%.
because of reading
Yep.
with us. Kira reads Harry Potter with him. But when he
Amazing.
was little, they read all of her childhood favorites she
Hmm.
got for him because she wanted to share them
How
with him. And
cute.
so somebody is always reading with my kid.
I love it.
And I think it has helped him tremendously. And the
Absolutely.
thing that I love, when someone is not confident in their reading skills,
Mhm.
um, they have a hard time expressing or exuding any sort of
Sure.
character, like character when they read. Do you know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? There's
mhm,
a term
mhm.
for that, like acting it out almost. My kid, of course, I'm his mother, so you're probably not surprised, but he was very shy about this sort of thing. And now
Mhm.
he very vividly acts out the story he reads.
Ooh,
And like I have a video of him reading the night before Christmas to my mama, her last Christmas.
how cute.
And he's so animated when he
Oh, I
reads it.
love
It's
that.
just so precious. But I think that animation also helps kids with social skills. And I think that's one thing that it brought for me.
Yes.
I was such an avid reader, but I was such a shy child. Well, when I finally figured out how to kind of get out of that, I think it
Mhm.
helped me want to get out of my small town and explore. I
Yep.
think it brought me a confidence for it was a skill for my chosen career
Mhm.
path. We have to
Mhm.
do a lot of cold reading and act it out as we're
Yeah.
seeing it for the first time,
Yep.
things like that. So anyway, basically what I'm saying is this is amazing. I really love that. Let me give you the website again. It is reachoutandread.org. If you go to the website, they have all kinds of, again, information and resources.
Mhm.
Like one of the first things that comes up is preventing childhood toxic stress. American Academy of Pediatrics policy statement emphasizes reach out and read's critical role. So there's lots of information here. They tell you how you can, they have parent resources, how you can help. They have a new podcast, Reach Out and Read. I didn't even notice that when I was glancing through here. That's wonderful. So to their podcast, you can join the movement. 80% of a child's brain is formed between birth and age. You said that, right?
Birth and what age?
Age 3, sorry.
Between birth and age.
You guys.
Yeah.
Age 3. 3 years. Yeah. Interesting.
I will give a little flex as far as reading with children.
Yes.
I have become a favorite, I think, with my friend's daughter reading The Gruffalo, which is such a freaking cute book.
Yeah.
And you better believe I gave a different voice to every one of the animals. And the Gruffalo has his own voice.
Yes.
And my friend said, great. Apparently, my reading of The Gruffalo doesn't hold a candle to yours.
Nope.
Because my child is no longer interested in me reading it to her.
I believe that. I believe it.
I'm like, I did go all out when I read that book with her multiple times.
I mean, it's rough when you have friends who are actors and stuff because they can sell anything to your kid. And you're like, now my kid loves you and I can't get him to pay attention to me ever.
And again, to all you parents out there, I fully recognize I get to come in and be the fun auntie. And then I get to leave.
Exactly.
I don't have to deal with the meltdowns and the tantrums and the patience as a parent.
No, absolutely not.
Be silly and say, "Oh no, we don't do that, do we?"
And then 2 seconds later, she's like, Jessica. So cute. Whereas if I get on even slightly, be like, "Hey, bud, maybe not. Don't talk to me for an hour." Right?
Yep.
Can I have some privacy, please? I mean, yes. Oh, sorry, I'm your mom.
Hilarious.
This website also does have a map where you can find Reach Out and Read. They have a national presence, so they're still growing. You can click on this and find a site near you. They are this is the last thing I'll say, and then I'll tell you their website again. We are the only national pediatric literacy model endorsed by the American Academy of Pediatrics.
Oh, wow.
So they have a lot of good relations with the medical community and stuff too. And
very nice
for brain development and things like that.
Yep.
Reachoutandread.org.
I'll piggyback on this really quick with something we raved about in the past. It's an excellent time to look into and sign up for. I don't know what the qualifications are, so pardon, I don't think it's necessarily for everyone, but Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, which you can sign up to get a free book for your child like every month until they're 5. I don't know if there has to be an income verification for that, but if you know people who would qualify, that's a great thing to suggest.
And I would, Jessica.
Hey, Ma.
I think that's our show.
I think it is.
Less crazy or more crazy than last week?
Less, way less.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll accept that gratefully. I don't know if I believe it, but Jessica, why don't you tell everybody one more time how to get a hold of us?
Again, please, if you don't already, like us and follow us at the Rants and Raves podcast on both Instagram and Facebook. I'll give you another lesson in algorithms and how social media works in case you didn't already know. If you're like, I do follow you and you never post or I never see it, well, you ain't gonna see it unless you like it. So
that's right.
I have now been going to either people's personal pages like friends or businesses or figures that I like and follow. And I've liked a couple of their posts to try to get the algorithm to put that back in my feed. Because now, because I liked one art video, I get 1 million people from around the world suggested videos of like crappy 5-minute art hacks that I'm not interested in. Okay. I need to keep this succinct. at the Rants and Raves podcast on Instagram and Facebook. Go on there, like us, follow us, like a post. And guess what, guys? Another reminder, you've got one day, one last chance to be entered in our giveaway. This does apply to our international listeners. We've got people in New Zealand, Australia, down under, mate. We've got people in Canada. Take off, you hoser. Wherever you are in the world, please stop me from doing god awful accents and enter our giveaway. I will happily pay the international shipping if you are the winner to get these cards to you. Okay. That is from our friend Amanda Blake and her amazing collage art.
Yes.
And you got to get these Golden Girls cards.
They're so
okay?
cute. The sayings inside too are what I love. She's so
You know
funny
what?
anyway. Sorry.
I'm going to sweeten the pot. We're going to have a second place winner. And if you're the second place winner, you're going to receive one of her RBG stickers, the collage art that she did of RBG. So I just threw that into the mix.
Whoa, you're really heightening it today. I have an RBG.
Enter.
This is how sad. I've had this for, oh gosh, several months. This used to be an RBG sticker on my phone, and I've completely worn it off. It's totally gone.
I will give you one because I have it from my
you don't have to. I have 250 RBG stickers, random, that I ordered from Amazon.
Amazing.
I like to buy sticker packs. It's really fun. You can mail them to people and stuff.
No, that is fun.
Yeah. That's really nice of you, Jessica. Well, what?
I mean, I could keep it for myself, but let's be honest again, I'm trying to pay it forward.
I will.
And Amanda Blake Davis was so generous to tell me to keep it.
I will give you some of my 250 RBG stickers.
Okay.
How about that? Sound good?
Thank you.
Hello. We like to is there anything you're interested in or watching right now that you love?
Ozark's back, y'all. Oh man.
You know I can't do that show.
Yeah, well, you would probably be, I don't know what you would probably be. It does take place in
I know. I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't be surprised, but I'd probably be angry. And I'm so tired of. Well, I will say I used to say I'm so tired of all the drug. Like every movie and show makes it look like where I came from is so horrible. There are beautiful parts of being there, but I have also said it's changing around there, and I think poverty and drugs have had a lot to do with it.
Yep.
People are a lot meaner around there than they used to be. It's interesting. So I don't watch it because of that. It creeps me out a little. It's too close to home.
I totally get that. Well, I've been in love with Jason Bateman since he was on Silver Spoons. But I'm also a huge fan of Laura Linney. I think she's incredible in everything talented. I've seen her in.
And beautiful.
She's just... So that's what I've been sinking my teeth into. I already binged the first 4. Oh, God.
Nice.
Yep.
Good for you. I didn't really watch anything. I had a little bit of stressful weekend anyway, but my week was really busy. So I didn't have a lot of free time to kind of do that. The only thing I did do is I did some virtual reality fishing. That was lovely. And I just lost my train of thought because I hear a plane coming. I'm so sorry. What was the other thing?
Your virtual reality fishing.
And I listened to some podcasts, because I can do things, while I'm listening to that. So like our friend Danielle, she and I, just so you know, the Gray Rooms is back. I was behind, but I liked it that I came in late in the season. I didn't realize they had come back yet because I got a lot of podcasts that roll up there.
I love it.
So I got to binge like 8 episodes. It's a real weird, dark podcast, but it's very creative and fun. I enjoy it. So anyway, that's all I was really up to.
Nice.
Yeah. And then with all those winds, Jessica,
jeez,
it was so windy that for 2 days over the weekend, we had like 30-mile-an-hour winds.
Yes.
I zipped myself up in my little greenhouse and drank me some rosé.
I love it. I think it looked lovely and cozy.
It was so cozy. And it's a little bit warmer in there even because, it's always freezing because it tries to trap that heat in it. So it was lovely.
I love
it was
that.
like, oh my God, I have my own clubhouse for just me.
You do.
I have a chair in there. I don't know what that says about me.
I think that's great.
Yeah. So that's basically what I did. What I do like to leave everybody, I will leave you with some interesting facts because I saved, instead of a point to ponder, because this I think is something we can ponder, I'm bringing back the true or false.
Mm-hmm.
You okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
I picked a couple. This one I thought was real interesting. Might be controversial, I don't know, but the Red Scare wasn't so much about rooting out subversive communists as it was about weakening labor and desegregation movements. And
Wow.
boy, did it work. The second Red Scare rose with the end of World War II and the beginning of the Cold War. I'm going to start that over. The Second Red Scare rose with the end of World War II and the beginning of the Cold War in 1947. Anyone that challenged the government's policies during this era were in danger of being labeled a communist, including labor union leaders and desegregation advocates. Even Martin Luther King Jr. was accused of being a communist for his civil rights demonstrations by former FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover, which had a damning effect on King's influence while he was still alive. Hoover, former President Truman, and the infamous Senator Joseph McCarthy all jumped at labeling any kind of protest as a communist effort. It was a tactic to impede labor unions and the equal rights movement led by Black Americans. And because it played on Americans' fear of communism at the time, it worked.
Wow.
Fascinating, right?
Mm-hmm.
I use this as a point to ponder, even though it's a true and false, because maybe just want to think about those kinds of things right now in America.
Right.
And this is the one I'll end on because this is a little more fun but also has a very relevant point. Women get looser the more sex they have. What do you think, Jessica?
More sex or six? It sounds
Sex.
like you said six.
I just have a lazy mouth. I had a self tape this morning that required a lot of very fine mouth skills, and my mouth is just tired.
Hilarious.
That
That's horrifying, and yes, we've heard that for
your
years.
vagina gets bigger.
Uh-huh.
No, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, besides being blatantly misogynistic, this is totally false. There is absolutely no evidence that sex causes a vagina to loosen up over time. Someone with a vagina having sex for the first time may cause a slight stretch in the hymen, the thin membrane around the vagina, which may make the vagina feel slightly more open. Okay, that makes sense. However, this is totally normal and healthy. During sexual arousal, the muscles of the vagina relax and will temporarily open up before, during, and after sex to help penetration, but will return to its usual shape. Also, every vagina is different.
Mm-hmm.
Parts of any body evolve as our age, weight, and health changes with time, not because someone's having more sex than you.
Oh my God.
I can't believe that people think that, but they really do. I mean,
They do.
listen, it never surprises me anymore that at large people don't know about
Right?
female anatomy, about things to do with the female body. I will never let go of when they sent they said 1,000 or was it 100? 100 tampons. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
100 tampons. Will that be enough? You don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna play this for you because I'll never forget it. And Jessica says she doesn't know. So I'll let you know. This is like maybe a 3-minute segment. You can say goodbye to us now if you want. We'll roll right into our outro right after, but you got to hear this. Are you ready? We'll be back next week. I love you, Jessica.
I love you too.
Okay.
Story about the first American woman to ever go to space, Sally Ride. Remember when NASA sent a woman to space for only 6 days and they gave her 100 tampons. 100 tampons. And they asked, will that be enough? Because they didn't know if that was enough. These are our nation's greatest minds. They are literally rocket scientists. They also tied the tampons together by the strings like sausages. 100 tampons. 100 tampons. I can picture it now. Come with me. I'm Sally Ride and I'm going to space for the first time. I'm walking tall. I feel so proud. Then I see a man running panic through the crowd. He's holding a large bag. I think, what can this be? And then he hands 100 tampons to me. And then he hands 100 tampons to me for 1 week. They could have asked me. I would have said maybe 33. 'Cause even if it were my period week, I probably already brought some with me. But, you know, thanks, I guess. 100 tampons, how does she use the tampon when they tie the strings together? 100 tampons, don't hate me. 525,600 tampons, everybody. 525,000 tampons in space.
Oh my God.
I love it. That woman's name is Marcia Belsky. I think she's a genius. Hey, men, don't make laws about my body when you don't understand it.
Okay.
We'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.